Okay. Let's finish this up. When I say finish it up, there's no way I'm beating this tonight. I'm not even sure if I'm ever going to beat it. There's a big question on that one. It seems easy enough for me to just plow through regardless, so it's possible. Anyway, so... Alright, I'm ready. Fort's a bigger challenge. You say that, but that's fine. They position a storm tower near the fort you use to get over the wall. However, you need to prop up its wheelhouse first. Cool. Okay, protect and get you over the walls. Gotcha. I'm not even sure why I needed to ask about that. But alright, sure, why not? So we're continuing Biomutant? Yeah, here's the thing. There's a little bit that I want to do. Oh, damn it. Am I muted? Okay, sorry about that. I'm muted on stream. I wasn't muted on that. I probably muted myself so you guys couldn't hear me blowing my nose earlier. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to continue a little bit further because I want to clear the faction war and I want to fight a world eater. And after that, I feel like I'm going to have largely seen everything that this game has to offer, and then I can at least kind of put it to bed. And I won't have to think about, like, you know, the what if of, like, what if I'd stuck it out a little bit more, and nobody will be able to say, but you should have fought a world eater first. It's one of those where it's like, I don't necessarily think about this in terms of, like, wow, that actually does shit tons of damage. Holy shit, this is really strong. Boy, howdy. I did not realize that that was going to be that amazing, but there we are. Storm tower, they say. That doesn't seem like a storm tower to me. Oh, I see, we needed the sludge. That's what we needed. Anyway, it's one of those that, like, when I give when I'm trying to give a fair and unbiased opinion on the game, that I feel like I need to talk about in greater depth. I don't want to just bail on it, which sucks, because it's like, I don't necessarily want to... It's not that I don't want to play this game more, it's that I want to play what this game could have been more. And I think that's where I get stuck on, and I think that's potentially why this game is scoring so low, because everybody that plays this will probably see what this game could have been at every moment of the game. You know, where the combat is a little bit deeper, where you have a couple more moves, where the gear is more interesting than just better numbers of different varieties. Where the story actually means something as opposed to just go fight people. Let's see. Damage? Is he going to tell me... My god, he is doing the same dialogue. Alright, sure. As seeing as one wants to take down a boss and then quit after, verdict doesn't look good. The verdict is very much like... I think from my perspective, from somebody doing a YouTube review of this, I think the more I would record this, the more I would probably have negative things to say in a way that wouldn't be that fun to watch. Am I burning? No, I don't think I'm burning. Okay. Can I? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, whatever. It's not like any of these guys do any damage to me, which is really strange. Like, I would have expected this to actually be kind of tough. But it seems like it's not. Alright, whatever. Back to the age-old silly move. Hello, enemy. You tried to shoot me. And it just doesn't matter. Boy, yeah, I just start clobbering a dude and just somebody swings in from off camera. Nope, that didn't work. See, it's like, I really want to learn how to parry in this game, but it just feels really awkward. Because they have that thing above their head saying, like, they're going to attack you, and then I hit the parry button, but it doesn't actually work like, it doesn't actually work like it works in Batman, where they have the thing over their head, and then you hit the parry button. You have to, you see that, and that mostly just tells you that, yes, they're attacking you. But it's not like that actually, it's not like that actually indicates that that's when you parry. I don't know. I like the Batman system, where it's just like, hey, they've got a little exclamation mark over their head. Now parry. And it's like, yeah. And it feels really good. So a lot of it, they got close to good, but mostly fell short of it. Tantalizing hits of what could have been, but spoiled by not nailing it. Yeah. And it's like, I feel bad for judging a game by what it isn't. But I think it's impossible to not judge this game by what it could have and should have been, depending on a number of factors. Alright, there we go. Now it's just these guys. Because, like, the combat itself is fun, but has no heft to it. It feels just kind of, I'm not going to say random, necessarily. But, like, when I hit an enemy, I rarely feel like I'm actually slugging them with a giant metal fist. Unless they die from it. And then it really feels like the woomph is justified. And, you know, the parry system feels wrong. It's not like I actually... It's not like I'm actually really parrying... Well, I don't know. I'm waiting for awkward tells that I can't see very well to hit the parry button and hope it works. And oftentimes, it just kind of doesn't. And that puts me in this, like, weird spot where I'm just like, why bother parrying if this is just always going to function poorly? Okay, examine the Pyro Sizzler. But not from in here, it's somewhere outside. I guess. How do I get up there? Like, shit's on fire, yo. I don't know. It's just... When in doubt, don't bother doing it right. Follow your heart. Oh, I see. It's one of these. Alright. It's just a firework launcher. Yeah, trailer got your hopes up a little high. Yeah, I'd have to watch the trailer. I actually haven't seen it, so I have no idea if they overpromised or not. But it's like, all of these things should feel really epic and impressive and cool. But I think it's just so drawn out in a way that, like, I can't feel that. Ram the gate. Me? Little old me? I guess so. Nope. Not this gate, apparently. Hello? Where are my allies? Oh, there they are. And it feels like Far Cry, but with animals. Granted, Far Cry in a new environment isn't horrible. This is not original enough. Or, and it doesn't match up. Are you... really? Just, yay! He's battering the ram! You've already said that. You've already said that to me. And I said no. I declared you my rival, and then we never interacted again. Let's see. It'd be hard to talk your way out of a fight. Fight for what's right. And he's gonna be like, bah. Fight won't decide who's right, just who's left. That's actually... I like that. That's a good phrase. I mean, like, it's a good way of putting it. Ow. Ow. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to use some healing here. Boy, howdy. I, for whatever reason, could not hit that guy, and I'm not sure why. Was I even hitting him in that? I have no idea. Please die. There we go. Alright, last dude. Big bad boss man. Ow. First enemy in this game that I feel like actually threatens me. Oh, this health patch is not enough. I like how his name is Heated Automed. As if that makes any sense. Okay, let's just take another health patch. It ain't much, but it doesn't need to be much. Yeah, so as long as I'm focused on this guy, it gives me the opportunity to just kind of dodge him freely. Unfortunately, the ranged attacks... don't really work that well. It's okay. I'm just gonna use fire dodge, I guess. Eat boomerang? Nope, come back. There we go. Boy, this really needs an auto lock on. For somebody that dodgy. Fine. We'll just go with this. You don't need auto lock on if you can't miss. Well, okay. Can still kind of miss. You know, honestly, except for the fact that this guy hits like a truck, that he might actually be one of the easiest fights in the game. Owing purely to the fact that the game is just like, oh man, the boss is attacking you. Time for a slow-mo motion. Or a slow-mo moment. And it's like, yeah. This is tacky as hell. Well, he did. Disco! A rival Sifu is defeated, and the destiny of their tribe is in your hands. You are free to choose their fate, but not free from the consequences of your choice. What consequences? You leave it up to you to decide the fate of the rival Sifu, but suggest you show mercy. Simply put, it's an action for every action, good or bad. Whatever. It's not like the guy did anything bad, I just said I don't like you and then killed the crap out of his people. Like, not that any of this matters. He joins me, and then what happens? Like, obviously good things, but here's the wild part. What if I keep picking all of the dark options? Would this game just, like, new rival outposts your tribe needs to take care of? So what? Now I just have to go conquer those? Duh! Wow. They look special. Looks like he's kind of a weird bruiser type character. Okay. These are just conscience, guided by conscience. It's a lot of moralizing. But it's a lot of moralizing in a way that doesn't feel particularly interesting, which I think is what I run into a lot. Hey, cool, I get the staff. The Jagni staff. We let people into eugenics join us. I mean, hopefully... Their system doesn't really work if they specifically are now ruled by people they perceive as weaker than us, so hopefully, I don't know. It's not like there's any consequences to this, though. That's the frustrating thing. Okay, that's notice boards. We have to find, not the Azure Note, captives, clothes soakers, wing twin. None of this is helpful. I guess I'm just gonna... Another settlement needs your help. It's true. Yeah, Sikh tribe, Japanese armor tribe, and American football tribe. What's next? Canadian maple tree tribe? Yeah. That was my big beef with Fable. Nothing means anything. Another settlement needs your help. That's where I'm at. It's just like everything that I do, it just progresses a meter. It flips a Boolean. So now, you know, whatever consequences there are, I'm pretty sure the consequence to that. Here, if I go back into this. Dang it. We'll level up over here, which is put more points into an intellect because brain. I was really hoping the mutations would be more interesting. The fact that the mutations are just like special moves is kind of tragic. I might want to actually go with that. That seems like it might be really good. But yeah, I was hoping with mutations it would be like actually mutating our character, not just giving us a move. Okay. I'm gonna have to talk to him, but I can't. Okay, there's a way back up. How do I find the thing that lets me get in there? Okay. Scrap for the Mectant. Well, shoot. Let's check journal. Oh, that's not it. That's dialogues. Oh. Side quests. Oxygen suit. There we go. Boy, howdy. Where is that? Wait, where is that? Is that this one? Alright. The worst part of this game is there's a lot of railroading, and railroading when you put such a focus on morality system just feels bad. Yep. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Oh, hey, there he is. At least we get a mount really easily with, like, no fuss. Which is good, because I'm gonna need it, because we're going places. Check out this barbed wire that means nothing to anybody. But, like, I would be super cool with a game that has no impact. You're just going from kind of set piece to set piece, just biffing things for the hell of it. That, I feel like where a lot of open world games go wrong is that there's no... There's no prevailing reason to... What the shit is this? It's stinking creepy and I don't like it. What? Did I just commune with a weird... What? What? Alright. I guess that works. More side points for me. Oh, is this... Well, it's a bank shelter. Watch this one specifically have... Let's see. Boy, I can't tell what the hell's going on. Everything is on fire. There we kinda go? Boy, these moves just have, like, zero heft to them. Like, I've poisoned them. I like the gloop poison. But it's just like... That's it? I guess so. And I mean, clearly, I need some better equipment at some point. But what? You know, I came in here for the loot. But that's not what I'm here for. Where's the way out? Is this how we leave? Or this is how I leave? Here's the thing. I can come back later. If I care. Love that animation. Super cruel and unusual, I'm aware. But I love it all the same. Welcome to Suburbia. I might want to keep an eye out for a fast travel flag, just as I go by. If I see one go by. Otherwise, I might just slightly ignore it. I don't know. It could be nice to find it. The area is kind of big. Maybe it's around this way. Okay. So something that a lot of open worlds do wrong. Can you elaborate more on it? Yeah, sorry about that. Got distracted with the whole rune thing. A lot of open worlds just kind of give you this, like, this empty nothing to just explore for the hell of it. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. Where it goes wrong in a lot of, in my head at least, is when they give you this open world to explore with, like, no real impact behind it, and then try and make you care really hard about it. The bigger an open world game is, the more effort you have to put into making every bit meaningful. And I feel like CRPGs did a really good job of it. I wouldn't necessarily call a CRPG open world in the same way that these are, where it's one long, you know, unconnected map. Ow, ow. Barely ow, though. Like, it's nothing. It's no damage. I'm level 10 now, cool. What does this earn me? 10 more intelligence points. Yeah, an open world game should not feel like a series of randomly generated dungeons. Like, that worked with Skyrim. Because Skyrim was the first game to, like, really pull that off. And really capture people's imagination and mainstream it. That it worked well in that game because there wasn't enough out there to kind of provide that alternative. It's kind of the same thing. Are you... Okay, you're just another... one of the suicide vest dude people. I really gotta figure out the other special moves for this. I just... Easy for apathy to reign. Let's just be over here. Skyrim also had a decent amount of stuff in the world. A lot of the dungeons might look the same, but they were everywhere. Yeah, I still feel like Skyrim was too big, that the more repetitive... If you have to repeat something more than twice in a game, you can afford to cut it down and condense it. So in this case, every single outpost that I've seen so far has been identical. Now, there's a possibility that maybe that's just for the... What was it, the Jenga? I've already completely forgotten what the name of the factions are. It's the eugenics people and then the hippies. The hippie sultans. But it's like, it's not even the hippie sultans, because it's not like they have anything that makes them come off as hippies or sultans. That's just what they look like. Like, was any part of the eugenics people, particularly, you know, feudal Japan? Not really. I mean, maybe the slightly, like, might makes right thing, but even then, I don't specifically remember that being a demonstrably, like, feudal Japanese thing. And it's like, they all dress up like samurai, that's clearly Japan, but that's it. That's, as far as I know, the only thing I know about the two factions I'm in is, one faction wanted to eradicate the rest, and one faction wants to unite the rest. And then one faction's dressed up as the Japanese, and one faction's dressed up as Sikhs. Beyond that, there's nothing that actually sets the two factions apart. It's not like they do anything differently. Okay, fine, they had a separate weapon, I guess. But, like, that's... I don't use either. I've got a big fist. I like big fists. I should probably try some of the other weapons. Maybe they're better. I don't know, but it's... I'm not in a position where I feel... motivated. I'm not finding this fast travel sign. I wanted to find it before I leave, but... boy, will to find it is... dropping. Whereas, like, conversely, playing Skyrim, for example, they had two warring factions, and only two. And of the two warring factions, one group was kind of awful, but fighting to, you know, maintain the autonomy of their homeland. And the other faction was kind of awful, but trying to bring this, like, weird, idealistic, egalitarian, but rigidly militaristic society. And admittedly, I'm not entirely sure, there's probably more to it than just that, but that's what it came across as, and it was at least somewhat easy to get into both, because you could kind of latch onto the two factional differences and say, oh, hello? It's the Tree of Life. Cool. There are once twigs, a connection between past, present, and future. I have never found a game that has made me this antipathic towards it. And I know exactly how I got it. Oh, that's like a weird hot air balloon thing. I was like, is that just a weird floating moon creature? But no, it's a hot air balloon. But anyway, with the two factions in... Oh, that was not the jump button, but that's okay. I should not have done that. With the two factions in Skyrim, like, you actually could get into them and care about them and just, like, really get invested in kind of what they were doing, at least to some degree. And so it didn't feel like you were just doing whatever. Holy shit. This is that far away just to get the oxygen suit? Why? And maybe it's kind of the same thing in, like, New Vegas and a couple other games, too. I never got that far into the factions with New Vegas. I was just there to hit shit. And not think too hard, which is why I was playing a low-int run. I think I do remember... Oh, right! That was the run where I specifically thrusted Caesar to death. Let's see, to force you all to look at all the pretty landscapes that they made. Like, the wild part is, I would actually be totally cool with this game if they did away with any level of story or justification. You're just a dude in this, like, untamed wilderness where everything sucks, and occasionally the narrator talks about, like, why you're doing the thing that you're doing. Like, I don't know. How many of you guys have ever played Fallout 4, where you strip out the story entirely, and you just play it as, like, a settlement management game? Where you're constantly going out into the world, exploring, grabbing stuff, and hello, cutscene? Lupa Lupin's camp's always been here, hidden deep inside the mountains. Hold up. That sounds like the plot to Fallout 76. You know, that's a good point. I guess that's valid. But like, Fallout 76 was kind of fun. Like, the biggest issue Fallout 76 had was that it was just kind of an MMO. But like, it was fun playing it. There was never really any feeling when I'm just gonna try and fight Lupa Lupin. Screw it. Let's beat this game right now. It's not gonna work. I'm sure we'll have to deal with the World Eaters or something. But I'm just gonna try and pick a fight with him with cheese magic. But yeah, I definitely played Fallout 4 as a settlement managing simulator. Yeah. And, like, I did the same thing. I barely cared. Okay, he's just not here. Coward. Can't I just set fire to this place? Wow. Yep, nope. Can't do anything to him. Gonna have to come later. But, like, Fallout 4 felt really solid the moment I said, you know what, I'm not gonna bother with the plot. I'm just gonna play this game as, like, a town builder, settlement manager, you know, bizarro, you know, kleptomaniac simulator where I would go way out of my way to find stuff, to, like, build up my settlements and whatnot. And that's all I did. And it was great. Like, you can look at my old Fallout playthroughs, and, like, they were a ton of fun. Because there was no expectations there. I was just kind of playing for the fun of it. And it's not like I went off to go find Sean Bean? Bean Man? Bean Boy? The baby. I never went off to go find the baby because, like, I had no interest in it. And it works great because it was just a series of cool set pieces to explore. And a sign of a good open world game is when you can strip away everything else and the game is still fun. Fun to explore, fun to play. And this game won't let you do that. Yeah, despite the name Lupa Lupin is a very boring design, he's a grayer version of big enemies. Yeah, that's why I was hoping I could maybe just fight the dude. Just right there and then. What's another good example? Oddly enough, Genshin Impact. And Breath of the Wild, which I guess is the inspiration for it. You know, Breath of the Wild did open world quite well. I still found it kind of boring as a Zelda game because I wanted that dungeon experience. But as far as, like, an open world game, it was really fun to explore and just wander around because the world was interesting. It had all sorts of cool stuff. Fun things to explore, fun things to see, to do, to interact with, and it was nice to look at. And, you know, Genshin Impact kind of did the same thing where it's like, here's this big world, here's a couple of quests, here's a couple of main quests, but otherwise, go out into the world, explore, grind, find things, play. And so if you're going to make a open world game, it feels like the first thing you got to do is just make the world good. Like, strip out the story and make sure your game can stand on its own just on merits of, like, what is in that open world. And that if your game can't do that, it's probably worth the re-examining why. And so I think the problem I run into in this is there's not a lot, like, the environments are beautiful, don't get me wrong. Whoa, okay. And, like, I'm somewhat inspired to stop, but I don't think there's actually anything there for me to stop and do. Valheim, for example. Valheim's a mix. Valheim is also kind of too big. I feel like Valheim should have just been, like, one island, or maybe 3 islands. We were trying to go out over, so I haven't edited it yet, but I've got the rest of the multiplayer playthrough done. And by the end of it, I was cheating just to find the next spot to go to. Because we weren't interested in looking for 2 more dragon eggs. We'd already found 1. No, we'd already found, like, 2 snowy mountains, tried to scale them, found no dragon eggs. Eventually I flew to another island, then we scaled that and found a dragon egg. but only one. And then it was just kind of like, okay, but that's a cool looking moose thing. Wait. I'm gonna see if I can actually rescue it. Unless it tries to murder me. Yeah, it looks like I'm doing damage to it. Okay, dang. I was really hoping this would be something I'd be able to actually recruit. Because that's a cool-ass looking grassy... It's Sopsnud, I believe. That's a cool-ass looking grassy moose. Do the enemies auto-scale to your level? Nope. Do you think I'm gonna let that stop me? I'm just gonna do whatever the heck I want. Because partly, no one can stop me. Ow! Like, I already found the most broken move in the game. Ow. Okay. Credit where credit is due. That moose? That moose hurts. That moose can stop me. However, it won't be able to. You need stronger pants to kill the moose. No, I can kill the moose. I need stronger pants to withstand the moose. I think they've all given up trying to fight me now. Or fight each other now? Nope, they're back to fighting each other. Hooray. I think I killed the big guy. Moose just decided never mind. Alright, what do I get out of it? Dandy candy. I got dandy candy out of that. And this is what I mean when there's not really a whole lot of justification for me to stop and do anything. Because I did it. I killed it. And I guess I got this leather armor. Which is worse than the leather armor that I have. Gosh, it's like the game wants me... Like, every time I find a new thing to kind of hone in on and be like, man, check this out. This is a reason why this is a problem. And the game's like, oh man, you want some examples? Here's some examples. And it's just like, I actually did not need examples. I'm plenty fine making the point on my own, but you know what? If you're gonna be like that, sure, why not? Like, let's see if this guy has anything useful. I guess probably not. Oh, consumables. Never mind. This is ammo, but it's very expensive. I guess I could buy, like, a shit ton of health items, but I think I have a lot? I don't know. No, seriously, like, when I start comparing Fallout 76 to other games, and I'm putting Fallout 76 on, like, a higher scale in terms of, like, fun factor, gameplay, and even story, that's when you need to re-examine certain things and be like, okay, how can I fix this? Because, like, I legitimately want to go play Fallout 76. And who knows, maybe Fallout 76 is actually pretty good right now. I am entirely unsure. Oh look, time to fight another Sopsnud. Anyway, back to this business. I don't know where my enemies are, but if I can't see them, that's good for me. Yeah, hoping this game turns out to be another No Man's Sky, but who knows. You'd have to do a lot. And, like, realistically, if they wanted to put the time in and really flesh it all out, they could. But I think that's true of most games. That it's like, No Man's Sky... The only reason why No Man's Sky is unique in terms of their success is because they're one of the few people that has actually put the effort in. Or they're one of the few studios that has, like, really ever put the time into, hey, we made our game insufficient in terms of, like, what people expected of us and, like, what we could have done. Let's just keep working on it. You know, release is not the end of a game's development cycle, necessarily. I think that's actually, like, a good way of thinking about it. But many game developers don't have the budget, the time, the manpower, or any number of things. Let's see, do you know that 101 is increasing the dev size in the coming months? Yeah, I mean, if they had labeled this early access, I'd probably be like, why the hell would you be selling it for $60? But, like, if they had labeled this early access and then handed me this, I would have been really impressed. It's just a matter of this is being presented as a full price, full release game. That's where I take so much umbrage. Oh, good. I got a Lesio Scrumptious. Oh, there's still a turret up here that I missed. Okay. More intellect. Boy, I really... At the beginning of this, I was really, like, second-guessing my choices in terms of, like, what I'd build my character around. I am no longer second-guessing. I am very, very happy with my choices. Especially because intellect makes all these real easy. Didn't you go here earlier? Is this new area? Yeah, that'd be a question. So, the answer is, this is the exact same radar dish facility. The exact same radar dish facility as the other radar dish facility that I'd been in. Completely identical in every single way. Slightly different enemies, and that's about it. Let's see. Found your Twitch and YouTube, watching Evil Genius, wondering if you could do more. Nope. Big nope. I want... Gosh. Yeah, I would put this and Evil Genius firmly in the same category of games that released way too early in terms of, like, what they could have and should have been. Are you actually violent towards me? Maybe. Hard to tell. Oh, cool. Fast travel. I should probably trigger those. There we go. Okay. That red land is a little worrying, but I'm not sure how it's gonna go. We'll see. I'll just charge onwards. Yeah, Evil Genius felt like a mobile game that was designed to keep you there forever. And, well, I respect that a lot of people liked that. I got halfway through it, and every time I sat down to record more, I just liked it less and less. And I think that's going to put me in the exact same situation where it's just like... Oh, god damn it. Are you serious? Okay. I need to find a suit to get the suit to do the thing with the suit. I can't play this anymore. I can't. This is terrible. That is objectively terrible. Was there even a warning about the damage? Yes. I knew there was a warning, and like they warn you about the heat level. Oh. Are you kidding me? It's supposed to be back in the heat zone. I literally can't play this. I haven't saved recently. Hope you had a spare save. I don't actually have a spare save anymore. I think I might actually be incapable of winning. Let's see if I can get out of this. See if we can get out of the heat zone. Nope, I'm dead. No, I was stuck on the rocks. I can probably get out of here, but it's real close. Yeah, fast travel. I guess fast travel would probably work. Nope, I'm on a mount. Okay, I can fast travel. So it's not like I'm fully locked in where I am. But no. We're gonna back up to explain. I just spent the last 45 minutes, because Shell brought me the food. No, sorry, maybe not 45 minutes. Probably 35 minutes, give or take. We did the Jagni Fortress, and then we spent the last, effectively, half hour crossing this entire vapid and generally uninteresting map. Beautiful to look at, but not a whole lot going on. Not nearly enough to justify the amount of, you know, size that this place has. Cross this entire thing to get to the radar dish. Get the radar dish, cheese through the fight, find the location of the oxygen suit, which we need to get into the dead zone. The reason why I want to get to the dead zone is because I need to go into the dead zone to get to the scrap to make the automaton. To finish the to make the automaton, which I will then use to fight. There's like a big beastie here that you might be able to see on the map. Maybe? There's supposed to be these... Oh yeah, you can see one of them here. These are the World Eaters. They're these like weird three-headed monsters. And I think maybe if I turned right and gone in this region, I might have actually been able to fight one sooner. But still. So, I went on this entire journey to get an oxygen suit because, you know, I need the oxygen suit to be able to continue on and so on and so forth. There are perks? Oh. This actually would have been nice to know, looking at this. Loot chance increased by 10%. Chance to persuade and dialogue increased by 1. Huh. Biological amounts have extra move speed. I had no idea these were here. Let's see. I don't know if any of them are good. Health regen is increased by 40% while in combat. Oh. There aren't really enough of these to really justify it. Also, wasn't there something about increasing... upgrading your resistance. But I don't have enough bio points for this. So this is the other thing I could have done, was get enough bio points for it. But yeah, I bet there's an area with radiation that has a suit in it. Possibly, yeah. And like, I've got the radiation suit, so like, I could get to something. I probably can get into the mire. Oh. Yeah. Here. Tune the ping dish to locate the heat zone suit. And that's right in the middle of the mire. I bet the mire is poisoned. So, we needed to get the toxic suit or the radiation suit? Wait, are they different? What am I wearing? Okay, I've got biohazard. I think? So I might be able to get in there safely. But yeah, so like, I could have raised my resistance, but effectively I have to wild goose chase to continue my wild goose chase, just so I can actually complete one world boss fight. And it's like, I'm not necessarily against any of that. Like, I'm not against doing it if the game was more compelling, but I'm stuck on everything. And so to spend all this time just to potentially get the oxygen suit, only to be told, no, you have to go get this arbitrary other MacGuffin to get it. it just feels insulting because it's not like it really justifies why the heat zone needs to be that killer. Like, let me be able to get in there. Maybe it'll hurt me a little bit. That's a good example. Yeah, this fetch quest is more of an odyssey than a quest. Yeah. How many of you guys went into the was it the Rad Sea or the Glowing Sea in Fallout 4? It's like an entire southern section of the map where you just get like mad radiation and it sucks. Unless you either have a rad suit, you're very high level and it doesn't matter anymore. You have enough perks and just basic equipment that you can just tough it out with Radaway and Rad-X and stuff. Or you get power armor that effectively lets you ignore the radiation. But at no point does it say, you can't go here. Or like the early heat and cold in Breath of the Wild. And there were tricks that you could get around it. But in this one, the trick is either go do this arbitrary quest or grind. And it's just like, I don't wanna anymore. And so I'm not going to. I really wanted to fight one of those world bosses, but I think I'm just gonna skip it. I don't know what to say. I apologize. I have no idea how I'm even going to put this on YouTube. If I'm going to put it on YouTube, maybe I'll just put these videos up and then cut it down into some kind of edited review to just be like, no. And if they come out, you know, tomorrow and say like, hey, by the way, this is early access. Like, we're going to be working on more of this. Chef's kiss. Work on it and I'll come back when it's done. But I don't know. I'm surprised you managed to play this so long. It's one of those that I really wanted to give this game a fair shake. I did the same thing with Cyberpunk, where I played way longer than I should have, because I wanted to see as much as I could to feel like I was giving it a objective impression. Even though that, to some degree, kind of not comes at my detriment, but like definitely wasn't great. You know, a great use of my time. So is it like Far Cry? Kinda. Anyway, I'm just gonna stop here. I'd like to continue on, but I do not feel like it. I am not interested. I would much rather put my time into other games and other projects.